Okay, we're ready to make part 3 in the model creation assignment. Again, make sure that model creation, the project is activated with this check mark. Go ahead and click New Part. Start a 2D sketch on the XY plane. For this part, I'm probably going to use a combination of both additive and subtractive. I'm going to actually start on the side over here and make this L, and then extrude that L the depth here. Then I'm going to make a rectangle, a few rectangles, and cut those out. So the L is 3.5 by 2.5. This part is 1. You can see that here. This height right here, we know the height here is 1. So if this whole height is 2.5, then this 2.5 minus this 1 would be this one, which will be 1.5. So I'm going to have to use a line tool this time. So I'm going to do the bottom line first, which is 3.5. So make sure it's 0 degrees, type in 3.5 and hit enter. And I'm going to use my home button and then front. Then I want to go up 2.5 and at 90 degrees 2.5, hit enter. Home button, front. That one is 1, enter. Down 1.5, 1.5, enter. All the way over 2.5, 2.5, enter. And then back down to the origin, 1, enter. There's my L. I'm going to click Finish Sketch, Home button, click Extrude, and we want to extrude that 2.5 inches. So I found that by adding these 3 up. So from there to there is 1/2, there to there is 1.5, so 1/2 plus 1.5 makes 2, and then another 1/2 makes 2.5. So my extrusion needs to be 2.5. So that's the basic shape of the L. Now I'm going to make this little rectangle and extrude it back, make a rectangle on the top and extrude it down. Or I can make it on the front as well. Actually, I might make it on the front so I won't have to do it twice. So this rectangle right in here is the one I'm going to draw. And it is 1 inch tall by 1/2 inch wide. So start a sketch on the front. I'm going to make a rectangle. And I'm going to make it 1 inch tall by 1/2 inch wide. So 1/2 inch wide, tab, 1 inch tall, enter. Now you can see it's not in the right place, so we need to locate that. So it needs to be 1 inch from this side. So I'll get that located. So click dimension from the side to this side, should be 1 inch. Now it's all blue and it's all constrained. Click Finish Sketch and we're ready to cut that. And it doesn't go all the way back, it only goes back 1.5 inches. So I'm going to click Extrude, click this rectangle, click Cut, but change the distance to 1.5. Okay, now we're ready to make the rectangle here. So this rectangle, I could draw it on the top and extrude it down, or I can draw it on the front. I'm probably just going to draw it on the front, so I'm going to do a 1/2 inch tall by 1.5 inches wide. Make that rectangle, and then I'll cut it out 1 inch. So start a sketch. Start a sketch on this face, and I want to do that. I'm going to do that 1 inch tall by, I'm sorry, a 1/2 inch tall by 1.5 inches wide. So 1.5 wide, tab, 0.5 tall, tab, or hit enter, sorry. And then we need to locate that hole, so click dimension, and it's, I believe, 1 inch from this side. Nope, not 1 inch. Let's look. 1/2 inch. So 0.5. Hit enter. And then finish the sketch, extrude that rectangle, cut it, and it's really just 1 inch, but 1.5 would be fine because we're cutting it. So that is part 3. Take a picture of that, add it to your Dropbox, answer the question about what type of method that you used, and it could be a combination of additive and subtractive like I did, and then why you feel like that's the best method.